Teachers participating in the Continuity and Transition project explore the implications of reimagining the child within the context of continuity and transition. Drawing on the early years learning framework and children close to the mystery of God, teachers reconceptualise children as strong, capable and curious, as members of families and communities and made in the image of God. Teachers became researchers, curious and reflective as they considered more deeply the nature of interactions, environments and resources for learning and for pedagogical practices.
The most significant things for me as a teacher being involved in the project was the time and the ability to reflect on our current practice and to look at ways that we could further develop our relationships with our parents and with our families.
Because we noticed that we were doing a lot of things, but most of them were to do with things like orientating children to school. And I think that was the big shift for us, is really thinking about how does that compete with the idea of transition and looking at the relationships that we were building with the children and their families.
And we knew after going out to kindies for kindy visits every year to meet these children, seeing the gap between their centre and what we were having at school was so big, we knew that we had to be doing it better. And it gave us time as a early years team to sit and review and reflect on what we wanted it to look like.
So we sat down together as a team and we looked at the prior school experiences and where our children were coming from and what they needed to be successful in our setting and how we could support them as they were transitioning into school.
We try and make our classroom environments as welcoming and as similar to kindy, especially in the first few weeks of school and during their transition times, and also including them in a welcoming liturgy. That's been such a beautiful way to start our transitions.
Through the document Children Close to the Mystery of God, we took the time to look at our image of the child and how we see the child. And we see them as being unique and curious, independent, capable and competent. And we listen to what their interests are and we plan and we program and we provide inquiry and provocations to extend and challenge their thinking, because children are natural researchers.
I think we always saw them as capable, but as a whole staff that wasn't quite clear. So now I think too we let parents know this is what we believe about your children and about children, that they are citizens, they are capable, we value what they have to offer.
They come to us with knowledge already at 4 and 5 years of age that they want to share. And it's so exciting when they come and you're coming in the morning, because we always have inquiry play. And one little one will be turning around and teaching their brother next to them something that they've learnt from their family.
Our outdoor environment is quite similar to what most children would have at kindies. We've worked hard on having a mud garden, we've got a sensory garden now, so they have that real connection to nature and to each other and all the different things that they can explore in the garden.
So quite often our learning moves from inside to that outside space. They form their own little groups to discuss what they found, to create their own hypotheses, to investigate further. We find that they're just calmer outside as well and really engaged with their environment and their learning.
Participation in the research project has not only impacted the continuity and transition of our preschoolers coming into school and starting with us, in reception, but it's allowed us as educators, as parents and as leaders in our college community to really look at the way we transition our children from reception to year 1, to year 2, to year 3, all the way up to the senior school.
Being part of the Reimagining project and the Continuity and Transition project has allowed us to acknowledge the gift of the child and childhood